Hello everyone, welcome back to another devlog for the Feathered Serpent. We're just going to jump right in here, but two things real quick. First off, I recorded this entire devlog and then I realized that my mic was unplugged the first time, so I'm a little salty. But second off, if you haven't already, my game is up on Steam. You can wishlist it and that would super help me out and support me and this game. It's going to be coming out pretty soon here, and I'll probably release around 10 to 15 bucks. But hey, please go ahead and wishlist it. I would really appreciate it. Now jumping into the changes that I made this week, I completely redid the starting area, and it looks so much better. I love how it looks. I love how I was able to repurpose a lot of old assets and just make them fit. So right off the bat, we spawn in on this giant hand, and I love how it kind of covers the player, and you can walk up and out of the hand. And there's Tez talking to us. I gotta polish him a bit more and redo how he kind of communicates. If we go down here, I was able to repurpose some old assets that I had and kind of throw them in here and just make them look a little more fitting. I have my dinosaur here now. And yeah, I wanted to make this area more condensed. I did condense it down. As we walk forward here, we encounter our ancient idols, and these just fit in so much better now that I have all these like smaller idols everywhere. And in the background, you'll notice I put in a new parallaxing layer that has moss all over it. So this area just feels and looks so much better, especially the green really contrasts against like the purple, and it just really makes the whole area just feel a lot better. Also, there's my little dinosaur bones there. Next up, I spent a lot of time this week working on the saving and loading system. So it probably took me around 16 hours. It was very difficult, and there was a lot of bugs. But if we go ahead here and I pick up my item, my BFS, if we hold tab, there it is. I hover over it. It says +4 damage. The inventory system here also took me a long time to get saving and loading properly. So I want you to pay close attention here. We have two blue flyers. The first one dropped 3 coins, and the second one dropped a blood gem. Our monkey here dropped nothing. So if I were to close out of my game, or if my game were to crash, which hopefully it shouldn't, but if for whatever reason it did, I load my game back up here, and we're going to go ahead and press load game once you guys can see it. So I click load game, and if I press tab, right there, you can see my item is loaded properly. Its description is loaded properly. The monkey, he's going to drop nothing. Here are my 2 blue flying birds. The first one is going to drop 3 coins. There it is. The second one hasn't aggroed me yet. He hasn't seen me yet. But if we kill him, he'll drop the blood gem. Yep. So there's no cheesing your way or, man, I didn't get any good drops. Let me go back and redo the level. Every single drop is seeded from enemies, treasure chests, everything. Including the levels. You notice we loaded the same exact level. So that is a pretty cool addition, in my opinion. Sorry about that weird jump. I thought I wasn't going to go over this, but I want to. I know I've already shared this before, but I don't know if I've shared it with the text here. It's not your time to go yet. I can click go back, and it will properly reset my run. I now have no items, and I keep my blood gems, if you've noticed in the bottom left there. And then when I respawn, I can come back here, and the core gameplay loop of my game, I can go and spend my blood gems. But 1 blood gem is not enough to get anything. So, anyways, I did want to show that off. But next, we're going to be taking a look at the shop. I redid my shopkeeper in the shop, and I love it. I think it is fantastic, and I'm just going to, I'll cut right there. Okay, welcome back. So I've just cleared the first 2 areas. I haven't cheated any of these items, so I was a little more lucky on the blood gems than I was the gold. But if I walk into my next area with 18 gold, which is usual, you get around 18 to 25, or really 15 to 25. This is my shop. You're greeted by this giant reptilian behemoth, and there will be a shopkeeper, but this is all heavily work in progress. But the thing that I wanted to show off was the coding here with the items. So you can still hover over them. It tells you what they do. But if I walk near them, I can't pick them up. Instead, it shows a price. So that one's 8, that one's 22, and that one's 17. So if I go and buy the 22, I don't have enough coins. It's kind of like, well, I can just barely afford the 17. I press it, I'll get the jade dagger, and my coins go down. So I love this because first off, it's immediately fun. You immediately know what the coins do very early on in the game. And I love the flow that it gives my game. So you do get an item at the start, but in the middle of each area, instead of just giving you a free item, it gives you the 3 choices. So it makes it so that you actually want to take gold seriously, and you don't want to just ignore it. and it makes it feel rewarding and satisfying if you end up getting a lot. Like I could have doubled my damage if I had just gotten more gold. And I like how it lets you curate your run, because you get 3, maybe even 4 different options, and then I can choose like, hey, do I need more health right now? Do I need more damage? Like, what do I need? And as you can see there, my inventory has properly updated with that as well. And I'm just loving the idea and the look of there being like this trader with this giant, you know, reptilian dinosaur looking thing. And just to show off one more time, because I love it so much and it took me so long to get right, here is the saving and loading system one more time. If I close out and I click play, we're going to get a blood gem from that lizard, and our inventory is going to load in. It took me so long to get this right, so I'm just gushing a little bit here, okay? I'm going to wait for it to show up. I click load game. Here I am. There's the little lizard, and there's the blood gem. And there's my items with their proper descriptions. Look at that. So that took so long. That was the bulk of my time, everyone, is trying to get the inventory system loading, the saving system loading, and getting everything seeded so that you can't, you know, cheese runs and when something closes or crashes out, you know, you can still get everything that was supposed to be there on your run. It makes seeds a lot more impactful, which is what I'm going for with my game. I'm planning on having daily runs, daily seeds, and all sorts of fun stuff. On the graphical side of things, I was also able to polish a couple more sprites for the redone boss. This is his walk animation, and this is the start of his attack animation. And I underestimated how long it takes to polish sprites. I still have quite a lot of sprites here to polish out, but I was happy with how these were turning out and how these polished sprites were turning out. But that's the update on the boss. Not a whole lot there. With all that being said, we're at 55%, so the demo's very close to being done. I really got to get that done. I'm going to aim for that today, honestly. I'm going to buckle down and I'm going to go hard. As for the things that we've done, the save system, the inventory, saving and loading, I think was in here somewhere. But just being able to fix all, the saving and loading, the save system. There's also a couple things in here that are in the works that I could cross off, which would up the percentage significantly, like the shopkeeper. I mean, I've redone it so that you can purchase stuff. It's just really just the animations now. Other things would be, NPCs kind of. Also, I realized that there's 2 NPCs on here, which is a little silly. The boss art is almost, it's in the works. So there's a couple of things here that I should be able to finish over the next couple of days here. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed everything that I had to show off. I hope you enjoy the new main hub area. If there's any ideas or suggestions, please let me know. I love hearing them. Honestly, the only reason that the game looks and feels as good as it does is because of suggestions. Let me know what you think of the shopkeeper. And huge shout out. Here, let me switch here. Here we go. Huge shout out to all of my egg donors. Ethan Critchfield, Aldrich Pana, Thomas Owen, Haley Critchfield, and you could help support me in the game for $1. The funds that I get from Patreon, it's funny. It's like egg donors, Coke dealer, pasta provider. They do help put food on the table, but they also help make the game better. I'm currently talking to animators and trying to get a nice 15-second animated cutscene to put in the trailer for my game. So your donations could help fund and support that. Also, huge thank you to the pasta providers. Speaking of food, Avant Avgard and Jeff Bloom. This was the pasta I was able to eat this week. I cooked it in here, a pot that was too tiny, so maybe with some more funds I can get some bigger pots. And this is what it turned out. It was pretty good. We have leftovers, so I'm pretty happy. And then I also had pesto. My wife made this pesto here, and the pesto was a little bit expired, but you know what? That didn't stop us from enjoying the pasta. Anyways, thank you everyone so much. Just to end how we started here, if you can, I know you can if you want, please wishlist the Feathered Serpent on Steam. It's a metric that I'm gonna base the success off of, and it's a great way to support me and just get notified of when the game releases. If you don't always follow up with these devlogs, it's a great way to make sure that you know when the game releases, which is gonna be soon, Q2 of 2023. Anyways, thank you everyone. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next week. I'm not gonna make any promises for Monday because we all know how that turns out. All right, see ya.